Good morning, children. I am Anmol Messi, PGT Physics, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Children, in our previous videos, we have discussed about the introduction of friction, that is laws of motion, and today we are going to discuss about free body diagram. Okay, so this is one of the important components of this chapter, where we like, for example, I have given you a pulley, and from the pulley I have suspended two different masses m1 and m2. The mass m1 is of 10 kg and the mass m2 is of 5 kg. Both are suspended with the help of a string. So obviously now this mass which is heavy, that is 10 kg mass, this would go down. Okay, so and 5 kg mass would go up. So we are supposed to find the acceleration produced in the pulley and also the tension in the string. Okay, so this could be done with the help of free body diagrams, where we would free a part of the body to so that we can do our calculations. Okay, so right now I'll be taking a part of the system or part of the body. Okay, so here I am taking 10 kg mass. Okay, I have named it as m1 and I have named 5 kg mass as m2. So I am considering right now 10 kg mass. So I have written over here taking m1 as free body. Okay, now this is my free body. Now when I say free body, this is the only part of the system which I am supposed to consider. Rest I am not worried about of this part. Okay, so over here, यहाँ नीचे की तरफ एक फोर्स लगेगा m1g, and in opposite direction there would be a force which would be considered as tension, and obviously the acceleration is this side, that is clockwise. Okay, now over here the equation would be t plus m1a is equal to m1g. Now how did we find this equation? Actually this t and m1g is supposed to be equal, so that this pulley is in equilibrium, but they are not equal. That's the reason this pulley is moving in this direction, that is clockwise direction. So what is the difference? That means that m1g is stronger and tension t is this force is less as compared to m1g. That's the reason m1g is able to pull it downwards. Okay, so what we are supposed to do is to make these two forces equal. Whatever यहाँ पे जो भी टेंशन के साथ में कमी है, जो whatever force is less over here, that we'll add with tension. So that the force which is less over here would be considered as mass into acceleration, because it is the formula of force. So it becomes m1a, and as soon as I add this m1a with tension, now this tension is also equal to m1g, or maybe you can say the force on the left hand side is equal to on the right hand side, because tension was lighter than m1g. Now tension has got m1a, because of which it has become equal to m1g. Now this equation is correct. Okay, as far as m1 is concerned, it is 10 kg, so we'll write 10 and 10 over here, and g is always 9 pointed, but here we are taking it as 10. So this is our first equation. Now we'll take the second part of the body. So I am writing over here taking m2 as free body. What is this? I have taken only the second part of this part of the body. Now this इतने हिस्से को मैंने free कर लिया, मैं बाकी के हिस्से को नहीं देखूंगा. This is the free part of the body now. So m2g is supposed to be equal to tension, but here tension is stronger. That's the reason it is able to pull it upwards. तो जो कमजोर है उसको मैं फोर्स दे दूंगा, उसकी कमी पूरी कर दूंगा. तो m2g is not sufficient enough to pull this weight downwards. So obviously we are adding m2a, वो कमी हमने जोड़ दी उसमें, so that this becomes equal to the tension. So now this left hand side, the force on the left hand side is equal to the force on the right hand side, and the value of m2 is 5. So I have written 5 over here, that is 5 into 10 is 50, and 5 over here, so this is 5a. Now we have two equations to solve. So equation number 1 and equation number 2, which we are supposed to solve simultaneously, so we can solve it. So very clearly you can see it over here. I have solved it simultaneously, and we are getting our acceleration as 10 by 3 meter per second square, while we are getting our tension as 66.66 Newton, which you can easily solve simultaneously. Okay. Now there are various questions on the basis of free body diagram which you can try from your textbook. Okay. Now let us discuss the dynamics of circular motion. This is the last part of the chapter. So dynamics means motion, something related to motion, and circular motion you already know, when a body moves in such a way that its distance from a fixed point always remains same, then it is said to be in circular motion. Okay. So here you can see that a body is performing circular motion, and its acceleration is directed inwards. So for this, circular motion, a body always requires centripetal force. So or maybe you can say it requires centripetal acceleration. So I have made the formula of centripetal force over here, which is Fc, actually force is equal to mass into acceleration, and centripetal acceleration, which is always directed towards the center, it is supposed to be v square by r. So if we put this value over here in place of acceleration, the expression for centripetal force becomes mv square by r. Okay. Now there are various physical quantities that we have studied in motion in a plane, okay, which are related to circular motion. Like for example, we have studied this relation that linear velocity is equal to r into angular velocity. So from this formula we can put the value of v over here, that is r omega. So the formula for centripetal force also becomes Fc is equal to mr omega square. Okay. Now let us discuss the motion of a car on a level road. So here actually we have taken a level road on which a car is moving, and when the car is taking the circular turn, so the frictional force over there would be behaving as centripetal force. ओके सो जैसे एक कार है तो नीचे की तरफ हमेशा mg का फोर्स लगता है, अपवर्ड फोर्स इज नॉर्मल रिएक्शन फोर्स, एंड सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स इज ऑलवेज डायरेक्टेड टुवर्ड द सेंटर. But since the car is taking a circular turn, so it would require centripetal force, and उसको centripetal force अपने ही अंदर सिस्टम में से कहीं ना कहीं से बनाना पड़ेगा. So for that what it will do is, क्योंकि ये ऐसे गोल घूम रही है तो फ्रिक्शन इसका अंदर की तरफ को आएगा, so that friction would be converted into centripetal force. So here I have written Fc, that is centripetal force is friction. Okay. What is the expression for centripetal force? It is mv square by r, where for friction it is mu r. ठीक है. तो we already know that r is equal to mg. We can put the value of r over here with, because of which it becomes mu mg. Okay. Now after cancelling out m and m, we are left with v is equal to under root mu rg. This is the minimum velocity, okay, with which a car could take a negotiate a circular turn safely. Okay. In fact it would be better to say maximum velocity, because कम से कम अगर मतलब मैक्सिमम, कम से कम की जगह मैक्सिमम अगर इतनी वेलोसिटी तक भी अगर हम चले गए तो भी वो एक मतलब सेफ एंड सिक्योर टर्न वो कार ले सकती है विदाउट स्किडिंग ऑफ द ट्रैक और मे बी ऑफ द रोड. ओके.